I'm Ryan DUDEK, TransWorld off-road editor. Today we're out testing the Kawasaki KX250F. It's the 2012 model. Basically, they did a dual fuel injection, so it just pretty much increased the power on the top, and gives it more over rev.
Mainly this year, the biggest thing that I noticed was the motor and the way that everything's set up. Similar to the 2010, where the 2010 was just a raw horsepower motor. I mean, obviously it was carbureted, so you didn't have the throttle response on the bottom, but I think that 12 went back to a horsepower motor, and that's something that I was definitely looking for from last year.
And then the dual injector thing, that's something that's been going on in street bikes for a long time. I'm kind of surprised it took this long for it to come on to the off-road stuff, but then we're still learning about fuel injection on the motocross bikes. But I mean, I love it. It's just flawless.
I can tell a difference from last year's bike in the power. It pulls further from the mid to top, and it has a really healthy hit down low. This track's really loamy today, and it helps a lot in the turns.
Really having fun with it today. You know, I've got maybe an hour on it so far, and the first thing I noticed about the EFI, I feel like lots of over rev. The power's really kind of been broadened out, and makes it just so much, even easier to ride than it has been.
Pulls real strong, and then it just keeps revving. Like, you get on the straight and you can just rev it and rev it and rev it and rev it, and then finally grab a gear. It gives you plenty of time to just stretch the legs on the thing before you have to shift, so that's really nice.
Yeah, the first thing you notice on the bike is, from a rider's perspective, is you notice the suspension is a little bit stiffer. Me being a bigger guy, close to 200 pounds, I think that's a good thing.
It's really cool to be able to adjust the ride height of your fork, something that no one else can do. And
I wasn't a huge fan of the SFF fork last year, and with the changes that they've done to it this year, it stays on top of the whoops and the hard chop, and just tracks a lot straighter, and is it handles better than last year's bike.
It's a little stiffer spring rate, which it's still a little soft for me, of course, but we cranked down the preload and the compression in the rear, and we worked pretty darn good. I was very impressed. So as always, it's kind of the gold standard in this class, so it's just further improved. Like it a lot.
I would say definitely the KX250 is definitely one of the bikes you need to be looking at. It's been proven on the track, obviously, with the pro circuit team. I mean, the bike wins races, it seems like, every week, so you can't go wrong with that. But I think the bike's a pretty easy bike to ride as well. I think pretty much anybody can hop on the bike and go fast on it.
It's just a real advanced level, a high level bike. It wants to be ridden fast, it wants to be ridden hard.